Alright, hello friends, it has been a while. So, in this video, I'm going to show you a technique that I came up with and I call the cross. And it is intended to maximize the deadliness of, I would say, a standard axe. So obviously this is not a standard axe the way it looks. It is a bearded Viking axe on a handle that my father specifically made. However, there is something standard about it. It's about a standard length, and it is about a standard weight, plus or minus. And this is important because I'm going to address this criticism that I get all the time when people see me and they say, when experts in various type of traditional fighting styles, European, HEMA and so forth, they say, well, this is not a standard traditional combat axe. It's too heavy, it may be too long, or it may be too short, and they start listing all the parameters that are wrong with this axe that I use for combat. And I say, yes, it is, but that is the point. Because in real life, and I'm proposing these techniques not for some sort of a traditional recreation of history, but from a survival point of view. And in real life, you're not going to be walking around all the time in the city with a very fine-tuned combat axe that is light, has all the right edges and spikes on. Most likely, if you come up, if there is some sort of a emergency situation and you find an axe, it will be an axe about this length and about this weight. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. It does not matter for this technique. And so that is why I train and I work out with a bit of a heavy axe that is about average in its general parameters. So that is one point that needs to be addressed on why such a weapon. And obviously, an axe itself, it is a long weapon. And because of that, you need distance to strike with it. It requires distance to deliver this blade onto your target. If your enemy suddenly closes the distance, you got a problem, because you're then hitting them with a wooden part that is not that deadly. And so I wanted to solve this problem, and partially I showed it in previous videos, but this is a specific training exercise that you will do to perfect your close combat strikes. And again, I call it the cross, and here how it goes. It is pretty simple. So this arm, or one arm, whatever arm you wish to pick, it doesn't really matter. One arm acts as a base, which it doesn't remain stationary, but it is kind of in the general area. And the other arm acts as a lever. And the strikes go like this. You strike from the top, and then if you need to come back up, you reverse. You want to strike from the side, again. Strike from the other side, again, from the top, from the bottom, from the side, from the other side. And this is how you strike. Obviously, you see that this arm, yes, it moves, it directs the blade, but this is the lever that gives the strikes the power and the speed that you need to fight up close. And suddenly this long weapon becomes very short. And obviously you are now fighting right in your immediate area. If somebody closed the distance, you were striking, somebody comes up, you grab, and you go close combat with full strength. Now here are 2 points that you need to be aware of. One is that when you strike, you will find, so for example, if you do a strike like this, somebody is still up close here. It is somewhat uncomfortable. It may not be possible for you to do the full lever and reverse. And the same goes in this direction. You may not have that ability. So whenever you overswing, or you simply you made a strong strike and you go in one direction, the best way is simply to implement your blade. This is a sharp edge. Just strike it, come back with all your strength and take this edge and drive it into your opponent, and then resume your cross strikes. So, and it works from any position. From here, you took a strike like this, again, come back, jam it into your opponent, and then come back. You went over here, and you can't do any type of motion, you just strike back. So this is also part of the cross. But these are not enough. You want faster strikes, and so obviously you want to combine standard cross strikes with basic pushes with your axe, and they will not be pushes because again this is a sharp edge, the nose of the axe, that will deliver deadly blows themselves. But you need to be aware of this. If you found yourself in this position and the enemy is still here, you want to strike him like this and then come back. And that is something that you need to practice. Now, another thing that you need to pay attention is your body. You do not wish to be just moving your arms like this, because obviously that does not have as much power as this when you move your whole body, upper body, to do the strike. You're moving your entire upper body from any position, and suddenly the strikes are faster, because just like in boxing or any type of martial arts, you're moving your hips, you're moving your shoulders, and you're delivering full strikes combined with these type of base and lever actions, and you are delivering very fast and effective strikes at a very close distance to you with an axe that was not designed to do so. This is what is so awesome about this technique. It is a great workout, and you will become quite deadly with it. Now go and get after it. You know what? I'll pause because many of you probably are seeing this and you are trying to figure it out. Obviously you want really slow motion, so at the end I will just give you the slow motion so you can just in detail see what is happening. So again, the base hand goes slowly like this, then you reverse it like this, like this, like this, like this. Another key point to make here is, imagine this axe is cut off right here. That would be a nice small axe, very easy to do, and you would just do the basic strikes. But as you can see, this becomes, when it's a long axe, this starts getting in your way. So instead of it messing up your technique, you wanna use this extra end and obviously direct your strikes. But here what I wanted to say is that you should be, with this long axe, imagining that there's a short axe in whatever hand you're holding it. So you're kind of, again, directing it towards your enemy. This part is simply helping you to do that. So again, slow motion, strikes like this, from any angle you wish. You can even do them like this. I don't like that because it ties up your hands, but you can do that and still come back in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the battle. Who knows what you may need to do, so you should be able to practice even the hard twists for such a technique for close combat. So that is it. Go out there, practice it, get strong, tough, and deadly. Take care.